With last look, you can never, ever prove best execution. It's a one-way option, to the benefit of a few, to the detriment of the many. What do you do to change it? It's pretty simple. We do what you do. We just match buyers and sellers. We just match bids and offers. At LMAX Exchange, we only stream firm limit orders with no pricing optionality. We believe it increases the consistency and certainty of execution to the benefit of all. We believe this style of trading is the future for all asset classes, including FX. At LMAX Exchange, we've been offering exchange quality execution for 4 years. The market's starting to listen. I'm not saying we're the biggest on the planet. Our average daily volume signal count are 10 billion a day. We have a high of 20 billion a day. That's okay. It's a hell of a lot more than 4 years ago when it was 0. But customers are listening. Why? Because we solve 2 issues for them. 1, the lack of transparency brings with it, shrouds the true cost of trading. And as you all know, the cost of trading is always of the highest importance to any client. Secondly, there's a lack of reliable execution. Price is one thing. It doesn't matter if you're a high-frequency client or a low-frequency client, you want to know you're done. Whether that be at 11 o'clock on a bright sunny Tuesday morning in London or 1:30 p.m. on a non-farm Friday, you want to know you're done. Not sometimes in a millisecond and sometimes in 400 milliseconds, depending on the use of that optionality. You need to know execution is consistent. And then you're happy. Be it profit or be it loss, there's consistency of execution. That's what is required from exchange trading. That's what's required. And every participant on LMAX Exchange must adhere to the same rulebook. We publish our rulebook. It's online. We have more stringent regulatory requirements than the ECNs. Oh, sorry, they don't have any. 40% of the marketplace with no regulatory requirements. Go figure. The tech challenges are listened with interest about low latency. In the FX market, if I have optionality, why invest so much? It could be 100 millis, 200 millis, 400 millis. I can just hold it. I can reject it if the trade's against me. But no, we operate a firm limit order book. So guess what? We have to focus on the latency. We have to be aware of people looking for that cross-platform arbitrage. We have a very high tech cost. The FX market looks at me, shakes their head, because 70% of our costs at LMAX are spent on technology. Where does it go? Well, yeah, I have to bring equity-style, low-latency technology to FX. So our market makers currently cancel and replace in 100 microseconds. Hey, I'm not the biggest equity exchange in the world, but we're doing okay for a small team. And again, back to the previous panel, you can go online and have a look at LMAX Disruptor. We open source some of our technology. It's currently used in over 15 of the largest banks. We process, on average, we can process 40,000 orders a second with spikes up to 100,000 orders a second. About 30% of my team focuses on increasing that higher to get to an equity spec. And guess what? We stream market data. No big shock in this room. It's a hell of a shock in the FX world. The biggest market in FX gives you a snapshot of market data 10 times a second. Every 100 milliseconds. Wow. The only people who know about the deal are the counterparts on the deal. They have private market data for 99 milliseconds. The rest of the market is wrong. The rest of the market is in the dark for 99 milliseconds. On LMAX, like on all your exchanges, we stream market data. They don't listen, my larger competitors. I tell them it's not market data, it's a history book. And then I hear, you go and talk to your pals in the FX market and they'll say, nah, can't work. FX is different. It's FX. Yeah, it's different. It's different because it's bigger. It's different because it's phenomenally liquid. It's different because it should benefit from the transparency we see in every other asset class. The cold hard facts are, it's different because there's no level playing field in FX. And the customer is beginning to react. We at LMAX, and you, can help change that. Not too many of you, I'm quite happy to be the only regulated MTF today. You're probably thinking, who's this grey-haired bloke at the front, selling his own book? Is he just a Katsuyama of FX? Is he selling another wonderful work of fiction by Michael Lewis? Hopefully not, and I can assure you I have no publisher in the audience. But the guys on the screen in front of you, there's 23 of the world's largest banks and all the world's leading HFTs. They're connected to LMAX Exchange today. They trade on LMAX Exchange today. They recognize the change is coming to the world's biggest asset class. They are the change the market needs. And as you all know, any exchange needs liquidity. And I'm proud to have these guys supporting the LMAX Exchange, supporting the new FX market structure. Some of them have been trading on LMAX for 4 years. 4 years ago, we were doing very little. 3 years ago, we were doing 1 billion a day. Nothing in the FX marketplace. They stream firm limit orders into the LMAX Exchange. They're future-proofing their business model. Together, we're future-proofing the FX market. We're future-proofing the FX market structure. And there's momentum. FX is a juggernaut. It doubled in 10 years to $5 trillion a day. The next BIS survey will be $7 trillion a day. Some forecasters have said it will get to nearly $30 trillion a day by 2030. Okay, let's disbelieve it. Let's say it's only half that. Let's say it's only $15 trillion a day. Only double the 2016 number. It's a huge market, and 60% of that in the spot. Again, the size of that market would be 30 times the cash equity market. It matters. We need to care about it. So in answer to the questions posed today, some I've questioned just in this talk, and some in the title of it. Is FX relevant to you? Is it relevant to your customers? Does the future of FX lie on exchange? You can guess the answer. Yes, yes, and yes. We don't need to wait for the regulators, or even worse, the next scandal. We can just do it now. The regulation exists. The technology exists. We've been proving that for 4 years. And somewhere in the world today, another part of the world moves to trading FX on exchange. We have clients in over 80 countries. Surely we have proof that FX has a future on exchange. I'm very happy to take questions after this, but for now, I thank you for listening. I've been David Mercer, Chief Executive of the UK's fastest growing technology firm, LMAX Exchange, establishing the new exchange benchmark in FX trading. Thanks very much.